111th stop for the ARCA Menards Series at Salem Speedway in its history. Getting set to get underway, 200 laps with Max Reeves leading us down for the start. Time to go from Salem.
Great jump on Max Reeves. See, the two ends of this racetrack are completely different. You want to run the middle of the racetrack down in 1 and 2, watch him right up at the top of the racetrack in 3 and 4.
Look how close the battle for second gets with that 70 car. Patterson dusted off the wall. Butterbean looks slow. Reeves leads lap 1. LeVar Scott muscles his way to second, side by side for third.
Talk about Mason Mitchell, the next guy to go a lap down. Well, Mason Mitchell was the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap as our caution comes out for the scheduled race break.
And Mitchell able to turn up the heat at the right time to stay on the lead lap as we hit our first of 2 race breaks on the night. Phil, here's what the teams have in front of them. Next race break is going to come a little bit less than about 50 laps from now. Lap 125 is when we will see that second and final race break. Max Reeves and LeVar Scott bring us back down to green.
Look at that push from Butterbean on Max Reeves.
How about Scott hanging with it on the bottom? They touch in the middle of the corner, and he's got a shot for the lead on the backstretch.
They bump down the straightaway.
Scott trying to use that muscle to get to the lead, but it's not going to happen. Reeves fends off the challenge. Butterbean squeezes outside. Back at the Salem Speedway for the Nutrisource 200, and the battle for the lead has begun to intensify as we draw now 20 laps away from the potential next and final scheduled race break. LeVar Scott heating up the backside of Max Reeves in the battle for the lead. Here's what happened while we were away.
What a great side-by-side battle. LeVar Scott got a bit of an edge getting in the corner. Now they're going to go around the lap car. Not a whole lot of room there, but a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of bumping.
Scott now to the top side off turn 2. Reeves gives him a lane. This is where LeVar wants to be.
He's got position.
LeVar Scott to the point at Salem. And LeVar Scott, as we check it on Butterbean, who runs in 3rd position as the caution flag flies. LeVar Scott did get around Mason Mitchell just before that caution flag came out. We'll have to see who was awarded the free pass, and that would be a heartbreaker for the Will Kimmel fans, as he was hoping to maybe be that first car 1 lap down when the yellow flag flew. So LeVar Scott, the leader, electing the top side in the Rev Racing number 6 car. The General Tire pole sitter, Max Reeves, in the 18 car on the bottom. Then it's Brendan Butterbean Queen in the 28. And the 70 car of Andrew Patterson, your front 4. 70 laps to go from Salem. Look at Butterbean jumping way down to the bottom of the approach to turn 1.
LeVar Scott is loving that. So go ahead and race him. But Butterbean is going to lose that 3rd spot to Patterson.
Patterson up to P3, and he checks up a little bit in the middle of the corner. Butterbean back to the bottom. Scott clear to the lead. Just about every East race that he could, as we got a caution on the racetrack. Caution is out with 28 laps to go. This is not what LeVar Scott wanted to see, and it's problems for Max Reeves.
Looks like the right front tire may be down on that 18 car.
How about a 22-lap short track Saturday night shootout on the high banks? Start to get back underway. It's LeVar Scott and Butterbean. What a great launch by Butterbean on the inside lane.
Oh, wow. LeVar needs to keep him pinned down there. Butterbean has it.
A bobble by Scott off the corner. Brendan Queen to the lead. Patterson slides up, almost into the Robusto as Scott scrapes the wall.
Yeah, without a doubt, LeVar Scott got into the outside wall.
And for Butterbean, all he wants to see is a clean and green run to the finish. 2.5 seconds, the lead he's been able to exercise over Andrew Patterson. Off the final corner, 1 lap to go for Butterbean.
As you mentioned, maybe the best car doesn't always win, but he was a darn sure good driver.
As we talked about all night long, the best of the best in ARCA competition have been able to win at Salem. Brendan Butterbean Queen's going to add his name to that list. 7th win of 2025. Brendan Butterbean Queen wins at Salem.